Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Evo, and if this is the first time of seeing, yes, my beautiful face, you are so welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe. I do videos about food, travel, gist, vlogs, in fact anything that really concerns me. First of all, before I start this video, I want to give a shout out to one of my friends. So her birthday is today, so happy birthday, Smita. It's a big age. I love you. You know I love you. Me and Ru love you. I decided let me give you public shout outs like it's your birthday, and I'm sure you're watching this video, so happy birthday to you. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. So about a month ago, one of my faves did a story about her stalker experience, and I commented and people were like, oh my god, are you serious? And I was like, my dear, I should do a story time about this. So today, drum roll, it's a story time. I, Evoluwa, with all my numerous names, I had a stalker. Yes, a stalker. In fact, I don't know whether I was too young to have a stalker, assuming that there's no age for people to stalk you, but like, I don't know. So let me run into the gist. So in the year, I don't know what year it is, but I was 16 then, and I was in my, no, I was 15. I was my first year of uni. I wasn't 16 then. I was 15. I was my first year of uni. I had just come home for Christmas, and as a very good child, well raised, yes, proud of my raising, I was walking on the street and somebody stopped me. And on a normal day, I will not say I'm a snob if I don't know you, but like our parents told us not to talk to strangers, but I disobeyed them that day. So somebody stopped me on the road and I was like, okay, yes, can I help you? He looked like a sensible human being, so I was like, okay. He was like, oh, do you know so and so place? So when he asked for directions, I didn't feel as if no, there was anything wrong in having the conversation. So he asked for a particular place, and to the best of my knowledge, I directed him. I was like, okay, the closest street or the closest place I know to that place is this way, that way. I shall did the direction, and then I said bye bye, as in I've done what you asked me to do, or I've helped you out. Like, why should I still be standing there? And coincidentally, this was not even far from my house, because I went to get something off the street. Like, if you're Nigerian, people sell things on your street, so like, so I was going to my house and I did not even notice that this human being followed me. I did not notice anything. I got to my house, no problem. Christmas was coming. What is my business with people on the road? Nothing. So I got home chilling like a normal child of God. That's how. About 2 days later, somebody knocked on my door. Ging, 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 ging. I was like, who is that? I went outside and I saw this strange human being. I looked at him, I was like, sorry, can I help you? And he was like, oh, that he didn't know I was living here, that he was trying to find a house. At first I was like, 2 times in a row you are looking for something, but I didn't want to put off the defense. I was like, okay, this is not the house you are looking for, so bye bye. And I closed my door. Further that week, or in that week, I got a phone call. My phone rang, I got a phone call. And I picked the phone call. I was like, okay, hello, who is this? Because I didn't know the number. He was like, oh, my name is, I'm going to call my stalker Mr. A. His name does not even start with A, by the way. I was like, hello. He was like, oh, I'm Mr. A. I'm like, okay, where do I know you from? He's like, oh, we met a few days ago and I got your number. I'm like, you got my number from who? Like, I can't recall giving anybody my number a few days ago, so where do you get my number from? He was like, that he got my number from a mutual friend. I'm like, who is the mutual friend that is distributing my number? I even first thought that it was probably somebody I knew from school, but when I think about it now, I really did not have friends in my first year of uni, so I don't know. So I was like, where are you? Like, and he's even around the area that we can meet up. I was like, somebody I don't know, meet up from where? I didn't even think about this human being at all. Like, my mind did not go to him. But he was like, oh, that in fact is coming to the house. So when he said he was coming to the house, let me be honest there, I actually thought that this was not a prank, that it was my best friend Nee that used another number to call me with maybe his friend or something, and he was just pulling my leg. So when he said he was coming to the house, I was like, and come, you shall meet me at home when you get here. I actually thought it was Nee or one of Nee's friends that was pranking me. Like, Nee was there and they were just being childish. That's how, like, 20 minutes later, my door rang. I was even eager, God, very eager to go to the door. When I got to the open door, I saw the boy again. That's when I knew we had a problem. I took a step back from the door frame or the gate frame. I was like, excuse me. He was like, oh, hi, Ebu. I was like, what? As in, how do you know my name? He was like, I was the one that called you. I was like, where do you get my number from? He was like, oh, a friend gave it to him. Which friend? I personally did not used to talk to anybody on my street, so I did not know which friend this boy was talking about. I was looking, I was like, God, what is it? I was like, please don't come to my house. Like, for crying out loud, I was a 15-year-old girl. My parents must not even hear boyfriend from my mouth, first of all. Not to talk of boyfriend, I will not be telling them that I don't even know the boy. Anyway, my parents would have believed me because I was not a dishonest child. But I was like, I think I was not even scared of what my dad would have thought, because I felt like my dad would have understood if I told him what's up. But my mom would have been screaming heaven down, who is this boy? Where do you know if I was never ready for all that drama. But let's push away now. Christmas came. So in my house, we have a tradition. During Christmas, we give food to our neighbors, friends and family on the streets, or friends on the street, but they're like family now anyway, because we have known them for a very long time. So we did our normal giving of food and everything. So while I was giving food to one of these neighbors, I noticed somebody staring at me, and I was a bit reluctant and a bit scared. And I was like, who is that staring at me? So I look up and I see the boy, and oh my God, my heart literally jumps. I'm like, oh my God, this boy is here again. What is he doing here? I was so frightened. And for crying out loud, I was 15, and God knows I was so naive. But I was like, will I tell my parents? What will I tell my parents? Somebody is following me. I'm like, no, I can't say that because I don't know what they're going to say. I just kept quiet, quickly dropped the food, collected the dishes, and went back home. Christmas Day came and went, no wahala. That is how, all of a sudden, anytime I go out every day, maybe to take a walk or something, or just to go and buy something, I always used to see him on the streets near the house. I became very frightened. So I asked one of the women that was selling things on the street that, please, you know that boy? What would they tell me? That he has moved, God, that he has just moved to the house across our house. I was like, wait, what do you say? Say yes, that the street across our street, not the house, the street across our street, he's on the second house on that street. He just moved in. That he seems like a very nice boy. I was like, excuse me, what did you say? Now, during all this time, this boy was still pestering me with phone call. Like, if my phone is on, Mr. A is calling. Like, I'm like, Father in heaven, what is this? And in my house, you cannot just switch off your phone and say, you want to switch off your phone. My father will ask you, sorry, was the phone meant to be switched off? And I could not tell my parents. Like, I'm sure this is the first time my parents will be hearing this gist, because I was scared. I was scared, but I don't think I was scared enough to be like, okay, we come and kidnap me in the house. No, I was just scared that, why would somebody be stalking me? Like, first of all, let me be honest, at that point in my life, I did not feel like a beautiful baby girl the way I feel now, no. So I was like, this boy cannot want relationship or love. Like, people don't love me. Like, now I know that sounds wrong, please don't be angry if you're hearing this, but at that point in time in my life, I was struggling with some emotional things. That's how this boy was calling. Anyway, I shall went to school, and the school I was going to, the uni I was going to, I was in uni, by the way, first year, they didn't allow phones, so I dropped my phone at home and I went to school. Now I thought that when I go to school and come back, this boy would have escaped. Now, by the way, I was in school for 6 months. I didn't come back until summer. And when I came back from summer, this boy was still there. Hey! I remember the first day I got back home. I switched off my phone and all I heard was I can never forget the sound of messages just popping into my phone. Where are you? Where have you been? I'm coming to the house. Like now, I wasn't like, hey, when I saw this, I was like, blood of God. I hope this boy has not come to this house to come and cover my destiny. Just for me. Hey, I remember that day my parents were my dad's driver dropped me at home, and then my parents were coming home in the evening. I was shaking when my parents came home. That yeah, Father ever, I'm finished. This boy has gone to go and say something. How am I going to justify myself? What am I going to say? My parents did not say anything, did not talk about anything. Nobody said anything. I was like, okay, maybe the boy did not come. That is how our maid now told me that somebody has been coming to look for me while I was not around. But she did not tell my parents. Yeah. If you see me, I was like, hey, thank God this girl has sense. Like, thank God this maid has sense. Like, this girl has just saved me from problem. As if that was not enough. After coming back from summer now, I stepped out of my house. Who will I see? Mr. A. As if no, his antennas have been alerted that, Eboluwa Omobibi Oyewo has landed back in her father's house. I looked at the boy. I said, blood of Jesus, we are in soup. The boy walked up to me on the street. Ebu, where have you been? I've been looking for you. What's going on? This is how I was looking. That Lord, how did this human being find me? You know when you want to cry, like, God, how did this boy find me? The torment was too much. Before I knew it, he was on the Facebook. Before I knew it, he was stalking me online. I said, Father, how am I going to escape from this human being? I tried to pass the message across that, uncle, I am not interested. Now, see, if this boy was like maybe in his, I don't know, teen years, because I was 15, remember, or I just turned 16 that January. So if it was like in his teen years, I'll be like, okay, maybe there's a love that can germinate here. By the way, no love can ever germinate here. This uncle, as I say uncle, because uncle I'll be calling him then, was not even in his 20s. Because one day was telling me, that him, a big boy, in his 30s rolling. In his 30s, he say he's rolling. No job. Oh, I assume he had no job. No car. That one, he did not have car. He was always trekking every time I saw him. Uncle, which rolling are you rolling? You are rolling and chasing a 16-year-old girl. By the way, I don't think he knew how old I was. Seeming that I've always looked older than my age. But I was like, what? Anyway, I don't even know how I escaped this stalker. Because I just know that one day, after I vexed on the phone for him and threatened, I told him that the next time he calls me or stops me on the road, I shall be calling the police and informing my parents. All of a sudden, the calls started reducing. From maybe 10 times a day, it's reduced to like 3, of which I was not even picking it any longer. And people say, why didn't you block his number? I blocked numbers. This boy used to buy SIM, like recharge card. I blocked numbers. He will still buy a new SIM and come with a new SIM. So I decided, instead of blocking numbers, I started saving him as different animals. Goats, pig, snake, rats. Because, to be honest, I did not know any other way. So when my father sees my phone ringing, rat, Ebu, no, don't pick it, it's a rat. Don't I saving the boy's number so that he will stay away from me. I blocked it from all social media and everything. Anyway, at the end of the day, I just noticed that the boy got the message. Or maybe one day, somebody was going to trust him on my behalf, I don't know. But he just got the message and stopped talking to me. And all of a sudden, he moved out of the area. Maybe the house was too expensive. Me, I don't know. But that is my experience with stalkers. Now, a word is enough for the wise. Please, if you feel that you are being stalked, like no matter your age, please tell somebody. Tell your parents. Because I was lucky in the sense that he was not like dangerous. He was just maybe mysterious stalking. But if he was a dangerous stalker, maybe he would have kidnapped me or done something. And I look back at it, I wish I told my parents or somebody like older than me that could have helped me sort out the situation. But as I said, I was going through a lot at the age of 15. And as close as I was with my, I don't want to use the word close, with the good relationship I had with my parents, I did not think that they would have been on my side in this story. Or maybe my dad would have been on my side. My mom would have probably freaked out before she took my side. But anyway, That's my experience with Stalky Bubble. Anyway, this video has become too long. Anyway, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Yes, I'll be releasing more videos and I hope you enjoy them. Bye.